Good. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope all of you are doing fine. Okay, so this is our topic for today. That's the changes in the questions. Okay, in our previous topic, it was about changes in the time and place. So today, our topic will be changes in the questions. The changes in the questions. So let's see. In reporting questions, the indirect speech is introduced by some such verbs as asked, inquired, etc. So it says that in our indirect speech, indirect speech, when you're gonna use the questions for basically for interrogative sentences or statements, we see that in that case we include some words like asked and inquired. Okay, when the question is not introduced by an interrogative word, the reporting word is followed by whether or if. We can also include words whether or if, and we can this. So these we'll see the changes like direct speech. He said to me, "What are you doing?" He asked me what I was doing. Now you might notice that we have not included that. So in interrogative statements thing is don't include that. This word that should not be included in interrogative statements, but in declarative, as I told you, it must be included. Alright, see. Next thing, another thing which I want to make you aware of is what I was doing. What was I doing that's very incorrect while changing direct to indirect and that to in interrogative statements. You are gonna first place the subject and then the verb. Subject followed by the verb, not verb followed by the subject. Not okay, that's wrong. So like here it will be asked, what are you doing? So what was I doing? That's wrong. What I was doing, because here we are not gonna use one question mark, right? We have said something that's declarative. What I was doing, you have to. So the order should be like this. In direct speech, the order is auxiliary verb, right? First auxiliary auxiliary verb, or let me go with helping verb. We can say helping verb plus subject, that is the you over here. But over here it's quite opposite. Subject plus helping verb. Okay, where do you live? Asked the stranger. The stranger inquired where I live. Now you can see asked and inquired. This word we had seen inquired or inquired. We had seen that we include these two words in this asked and inquired. I inquired. Next, where I lived. Okay, next. Do you suppose you know better than your father? Jeered his angry mother. My God. Indirect. His angry mother jeered and asked whether he supposed that he knew better than his own father. So whether we have included whether. Why? Because we are not gonna uh, we are gonna asked okay, but we can ask whether. If if for whether we use the reporting verb when the question is not introduced by an interrogative word, the reporting word is followed by whether or if. Okay, one more example I'll be giving you over here. For example, the direct sentences. The direct sentence is uh, he said we can take. He said to me, are you playing cricket? Or any of your favorite game you can take to make it more interesting. Are you playing cricket? That was the question. So in indirect, he asked me if or whether we use. Whether I was playing cricket, was I playing is wrong. I was playing cricket. Did you understand? So this, no, we are gonna change when see we are gonna. Are you playing? When you have to answer in yes or no, at that point of time you have to use if or whether. Like, are you drinking coffee? Are you eating the breakfast? Okay. Um. Is she dancing? So in those cases, whenever you see a yes or no, yeah, the answer would be, and that type of time point of time you have to use if or whether, whichever you think is correct. And whether the spelling of whether, make sure whether the spelling is WHETHER. WEATHER is, the forecast, the weather forecast, basically related to the climate, or that is different. So while using A for weather, make sure the spelling is correct. Which weather are we talking about? We're talking about this weather, not this weather. Okay? Next, commands and requests. While a change in the commands and requests, commands and requests, what are the changes? In reporting commands or requests, when you're commanding something, bring me a coffee or go away. Okay, be quiet, sit down. In these cases, it's commands and requests. Please bring me a cup of tea. Please do the bed. In those cases, commands and requests. Kite. This is it shows your arrogance and your attitude, your bad attitude. Request is very polite manner. In reporting commands and requests, the indirect speech is introduced by some verb expressing command or request, and the imperative mood is changed into in the infinite. Okay, so let's see what it means. Direct. Rama said to Arjun, go away. Rama ordered Arjun to go away. So we'll be using the word order, one word. Arjun, to we and to go away. Okay, he said to him, please wait here till I return. He requested, so we requested him to wait there. Here we change to there till he returned. I returned to he returned. Now, why is it changing? That's will say pronounce. Okay, call the first witness, said the judge. The judge commanded them to call the first witness. Call the first witness. Commanded. For commands, commanded, requests, requested. Okay, requested. He shouted, let me go. He shouted to them to let him go. He shouted to let him go. To them, if not included, also no problem. Okay. He said, be quiet and listen to my words. He urged them to be quiet and listen to his words. Okay, shouted, you are not gonna change the shouted because already it is mentioned in the direct speech, so you're not gonna change. He said, be quiet and listen to my word. He urged them, or you ordered them to be quiet and listen to his words. Two, you can see we are including two in, all these indirect speech. Okay, so make sure you include two. I'll go with one more example. She said, sit down. She ordered to sit down. If you're not gonna mention the object on whom it's going, them or he or she, no problem. But the subject must be mentioned. Okay. Next, did you understand this thing? The words which we are going to use are ordered, commanded, requested, urged. These are few words which you are gonna use. Next, exclamations and wishes. When something goes, oh my god, it's no very uncanny. You can see it's very incredible, or wow, something very great which surprises you. Okay, which leaves you aghast, shocked, you're shocked. So in that case, this exclamations, your emotions just express out. So in that case, is how do we change basically? In reporting exclamations and wishes, the indirect speech is introduced by some of expressing exclamation or wish. Wish means, oh, I wish I won the race. Yes, I could win the race or something. He said, alas, Amant. He exclaimed sadly. Now we are going to use the word exclaim. Sadly. No, alas, that he was undone. You can use that still in imperative sentences. He said, bravo, you have done well. He applauded, praised him, saying that he had done well. Saying that you have to say, no, what he said. So help me heaven, he cried. I will never steal again. So he's, apologizing. He called upon heaven to witness his resolve never to steal again. So these words, these are some words which are added, to basically express out in more better way. For example, one more thing, wish, direct and indirect speech. Wow, what a beautiful scene! What a beautiful scene! Beautiful scene. It is. He said, okay, he said, right, wait, one second. He said, wow, what a beautiful scene it is. Okay, so in indirect, we are gonna use he exclaimed that he exclaimed happily or second take or simply no, without any word, without introducing a new word. He exclaimed that what a beautiful scene. A what? No, no, no. What a what a beautiful scene it is. To it will change to was. It was. Alright, so we are gonna use the word exclaim. So words we saw are exclaim, applauded, so calling upon a pen. And when you're gonna wish something, he said, I wish to get a new car. He said he wished to get a new car. Simple. Alright? So I hope you have understood here. And for the time which you were waiting and it's a changes in pronouns, that why are we changing it? Like I am happy is changed. Why are we changing it? That was a question that will be clear in your next session. For now, it's done and thank you. And a quick reminder, any doubts in the comments box. Thank you.